What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. If you do not know by now, there is the EA Play to Give dog tag that you can achieve in the community mission section. All you gotta do is get 10 revives to unlock this dog tag, so pretty easy for you to achieve. And if you're one of those players who like chasing down these different community missions, definitely go check it out, as it's only gonna be around for about 6 more days. This is, of course, to get us all hyped for EA Play. That will happen next weekend, and is going to finally reveal some Battlefield 5 gameplay. So definitely some exciting times we are in right now, just a week away from getting more information on our next Battlefield title. But today I am on Fort Devo trying out the M1919 SMG. This is, of course, one of the 5 pre-order weapons you get for pre-ordering Battlefield 5. So I thought I would give it a chance today, see my first impressions of it. And just pulling up the stats here and comparing it to the Annihilator Trench that came out not too long ago, we see it's practically the exact same thing statistically wise. The only difference is this 1919 has less hip fire, but from the description it said to regain its accuracy more quickly due to the lower weight. So that is some pretty interesting stuff going on here. There is an optic on it, so I mean, I'd imagine that this should increase the accuracy a bit. But from my first impressions of it, I am not feeling this weapon at all, actually. I think having that trade-off for more accuracy and less hip fire is definitely not worth it for this type of weapon. And it was a grind today, to say the least, for using this weapon. That's the only way I can really put it. I was struggling a ton. This is the only game I had today where I did somewhat decent. But if it wasn't for this game, I was right on the edge of making just a bunch of low-light videos for you guys, because I was just couldn't get anything going. I was wondering, maybe it was me, you know, maybe it was my ping. So I was trying to make sure I got to a server that, you know, would give me the best ping. I was aware that I wasn't playing my best, but when I would swap onto different weapons that I'm more familiar with, I was fairly doing well with it. So, you know, that was just kind of strange. And I think what contributed to me doing well this game was the fact it is Fort Devo. So, you know, weapons like these are going to be favored for me. And I think the enemy team was having a bit of a struggle at the very start of the game. Now, that was a little bit of some poor shooting on my part, but you know, there is situations basically this whole day where I was trying to, you know, just finish my kills, could not finish the kills. It felt like, you know, it left me in limbo where if I wanted to, you know, maybe use a little bit of that better accuracy and shoot someone far away, it was like it wasn't accurate enough for me to capitalize on those further away kills. And then, you know, when I needed those close range hip firing kills, you know, they just didn't turn out. So I'm feeling more that I will be leaning on the Annihilator Trench more, as I feel that hip fire is way more necessary than the actual accuracy of this weapon. But I would be curious to hear guys' thoughts down in the comments below, how you guys feel about that, because my first initial impressions is pretty bad. I would rate this gun already right next to the Machine Pistol Storm. It's probably like one of the worst weapons on it. I would rather, you know, be using the RSC SMG than this weapon. That's how bad I was feeling this weapon today. That, again, that could just be me. Probably is me. Probably not using this weapon as well as I could. But something tells me that that trade-off for the hip fire is definitely gonna hurt this weapon a bit. But we'll see what happens with a bit more gameplay with this weapon. Want to be fair to it as best as I can, as you know, I don't want to just crap on a weapon just because it wasn't doing well for me. But yeah, we'll have to see with maybe a little bit more gameplay if that happens in the near or later future. I don't know. All I do know is I was pretty much worn down today how much this weapon failed me. But yeah, if I have more sequences like this where I'm able to come over here, flank from behind, drop a flare, which is going to help me, and just have enemy players have no clue where I'm at, then heck, you know, I'm going to keep this weapon equipped. But if if that's not the case, which is what it was a lot today, yeah, I might not be back to this weapon for a while. Now you're going to see here up in a bit me try to extend that range out, and that's going to be where my gameplay is going to fall off a cliff a bit, as you know, it was obviously way too far for me to be shooting enemy players. but I was still trying to, you know, extend that range, see what I could do. But like I said earlier, this leaves me in a kind of weird spot where, you know, the accuracy doesn't benefit me enough, and then, you know, when I need to hit fire, you know, I don't have that anymore. So we'll probably lean more towards the Annihilator Trench, as I'm going to get somewhat of a decent kill. You know, from this gameplay at least, I was finishing some of those shots right there, so I think I was just hitting that distance just enough at the, you know, start of the game right here, where, you know, they were just at that range where I could really capitalize on this weapon. Plus, it helps when they're not shooting at you too, right? So, you know, I can't play bad when that's the case. I'm going to roll up over here, though, pull the AT rocket gun out, try to finish off a couple kills right here. Going to try to do a pretty solid flank, as, man, Fort Devo's the map to be flanking enemy players on, but I have a new reoccurring theme of mine where when I got a big flank that I'm setting up, I always seem to ruin it. I don't know what it is, if I'm getting too hyped and my nerves aren't being steady, because if you're like me and you see all those players and have no idea that you're creeping up behind them, you're just like overwhelmed with excitement that you end up like fumbling your controller or doing something to ruin it. But yeah, you'll see up here in a second me basically, yeah, choke on this part right up here now. And again, that's when a little bit of the situations right there were, you know, making me, you know, bring me back to the games I was experiencing previously, where, you know, I wasn't finishing kills, and even though I was able to finish that one, you know, he was able to hide behind the door and avoid, you know, those first initial shots. But here's a place right here where I just cannot get the dynamite around the corner. I don't know what it is lately, but I just cannot for the life of me throw dynamite around a corner and, yeah, hide myself around the corner. It just, I can't do it. But yeah, so that's been the case for me. But yeah, I had a lot of different maps to play on today. I was on Imyums a bit today, so I thought Imyums, even though, you know, that's a pretty close range map, I should do somewhat decent with this weapon. But, you know, it wasn't the case on Imyums. Was struggling a bit on that map. So again, I was trying to take in consideration like everything: ping, the map, my gameplay, my teammates. You know, so yeah, trying to weigh out all those things and, you know, try to give somewhat of a decent first impression on this. I think my teammate's gonna blow himself up here. Yeah, he just did what I just did, but at least for the most part, we had a solid start here at the very beginning of the game, and that's pretty much gonna carry us through the rest of the game. We're gonna get a W for at least that good start right there, which is nice because they are able to keep us from pushing them back to their home spawn, which is what I was trying to do. As I'm going to get a shotgun, it's going to roll up here and finish me off. Now, of course, the shotguns are still going to win these battles. They are the, you know, one-shot king. They're going to easily finish me off. You know, but I'm not too concerned about that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm more concerned a little bit right here. This is where I was trying to extend the range out a bit. You know, but I'm only getting like 14 damage right there. And I think I'm going to put a lot of shots on this player right here where he's not even shooting at me. And I'm going to get like not even 50. Now, I understand this is a further range away, but it's like, really? Like, I don't know. Like, I would at least want a little bit more damage from that range that I'm at, but, you know, I guess that's not the case. I guess, you know, ranges were about here, I think, is the max you can go. You know, and even then, like, that guy's not even moving, right? And I still ended up, you know, having to kind of stretch, you know, killing him there. And then I got a player right over here where I'm hip firing now, and I'm at least able to get away with that one. But, you know, if I'm dealing with maybe, you know, another SMG player, I'm probably not going to win that battle. But, you know, here comes another situation where 82, man. There's a lot of that type of stuff. There's a lot of 82s. A lot of 82s. It's not even like 96s or anything like that. It's 80s here and 85s and things like that. So, again, probably me having to have to get used to, you know, putting the gun in its position where it's going to favor it, you know, and so it's probably just me wanting to make the gun fit to how I wanted to play rather than how the gun is meant to be played. But, you know, we'll see again what's going on here. Again, feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts down below, as got distracted which guy was going to push where, and the guy I was putting shots on that I couldn't finish was right there, and then he's going to try to hide right here, be all sneaky. I think I'm going to forget about him, but I'm going to come over here and finish him off. Then we're going to push back over here towards the B. Fortunately, they're way down in the fort now, so can't really push them too far back to their home spawn. And going to try to wait right here, do some spots, and yeah, here's some more players. And so I'm missing more. So yeah, half of it with me, there's no denying that. There's just some missed shots that I definitely need to be finishing, as gonna have a medic clash shot, a bayonet charge completely missed me. Then, you know, here are gonna be some solid kills right here. I'm able to finish kills off. Again, a good highlight for this weapon for ranges like that. And that's what I'm learning more when I'm looking at hindsight of this weapon. You know, that those are the ranges I want to be at. I just don't think that really the increased accuracy benefits me that much from using the other, you know, Annihilator Trench variant. I feel like I could still do the exact same from that range with the Annihilator Trench. But, you know, that's just my thoughts about that. Again, my first initial impressions. As I'm going to roll up over here, do another solid kills with the AT rocket gun. Gonna clear out this little hallway right here. I'm gonna push up over here and make sure we're all clear to do a good, nice little push here. But yeah, we're only 1 week away from EA Play, so I've definitely been pretty hyped about that. This nice little dog tag that they gave out for us to get us all aware for that big event. That's gonna give us a lot of information for our Battlefield 5 game. Finally, some actual gameplay footage, so that will be really nice to dissect. As well, we should be getting a beta date from there. That should be the big news that should come out. So after EA Play, the next big thing is going to be the beta. I'm going to assume. I can't imagine there's going to be anything else in between there. So yeah, definitely, definitely again some pretty good times, because I am definitely looking forward to playing that beta as much as I can the moment I get a chance to try it out. So yeah, definitely some pretty cool stuff going on, as that was more of that range where I'm trying to extend the range out a bit. But of course, going against the Ruby always, that's not gonna be a good call for me. I probably should have been watching what gun that player had. As yeah, he's just gonna finish me off from right there. Now I'm gonna push up over here and then yeah, run into a couple players. One over to my left. Yeah, he didn't finish me off, but yeah, I feel like I would be favoring better at longer ranges with the SMG 08s. With the optical variant, I think I could probably be doing a little bit better if I was using that weapon. Now I'm going to sacrifice a bit of that rate of fire, but I think it's worth a trade-off if I want to extend, you know, a little bit further range of a weapon and have, you know, still a pretty decent rate of fire. I think the SMG 08 optic will be probably a bit better. You know, it's still not going to be like a Hellriegel range if you like, you know, getting some shots from Hellriegel, but the Hellriegel has that trade-off for its rate of fire. So, you know, you should be winning battles, in my opinion, with the SMG 08 against Hellriegels from, you know, close range. So, you know, if you're looking for maybe something like that, I think the SMG 08 optic will be, you know, still reign supreme. If you're looking for a higher rate of fire and have something that can do somewhat a little bit decent ranges, as I don't know yet, still don't think this weapon is going to do it for me at all, but we're still hoping we would somewhat be able to push them back here over here to the end, but they were just able to survive just enough, as I felt really sketchy going through this door. We let my teammate go through, and then he finally drops the dynamite on me right there. But something didn't feel right about going through that doorway right there. Yeah, just always know when I feel like someone's going to be doing what I would be doing, which just lay some dynamite and wait for someone to show up and around. But yeah, I'm going to come up over here and yeah, get a 95. That was tough. And then my teammate's going to get melted, and this guy's just going to know I'm right there. So probably on spot or something, but going to get res from my teammate and do another push over here to the side. Again, taking solid control of the game still, so at least we were able to get the win on this one. But there was a lot of times today where, you know, I was losing, and I would have to say it had to be contributed to the actual weapon itself. I have a very, you know, good feeling that it wasn't just completely, you know, my teammates or my gameplay completely, but you know, there are situations that probably could have gotten by a little bit better if I might have been using a different weapon. But that is my first initial impressions of this weapon. Again, feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But that is it for you guys today. Again, always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.